Hello everyone, Joe here. I am back with another video putting together the Kallax shelving unit from Ikea. This has actually been a very highly requested video in the comments, and I'm excited to finally bring it to you. Now, the Kallax does have plenty of options that are available, many different sizes. I was waiting for the right size that I wanted personally, which was the 2x2 square, but I had some trouble finding it. And you'll notice that you probably did too. This has been a very highly sought after item, and you can tell from the empty shelves at Ikea. However, I finally settled on purchasing a similar model to what I was looking for, which was it's still a 4 square shelf, it's just the taller one, it's not in a square shape, not a 2x2. And here is the description straight from the IKEA website as well, with a little bit of information on there. Here's also the dimensions of the item as well. I'll put those dimensions in the description if you can't read them. And today I'm going to show you how to put it together. But first, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out, and thank you for being here. And now let's get back to the Kallax. As always, first things first, we got to get the package open. Remember, I like to get all the pieces out of the box just so I know what I have, and get all of the cardboard out of the way, and create a space where you can start assembling the item. I'm going to dump out our hardware kit here and get it all organized so I know that I have all the pieces, or if I need to go back to the store and get some extra parts. Usually it doesn't happen, but you just want to make sure. The only tools you'll need are a regular screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. I'm going to use this bit driver kit with ratchet to make it easy. The instructions are really nice because they have pictures of all of the hardware you need, and they're to scale basically. So if you're having trouble identifying these pieces, you can lay them out on the instructions to know which ones are what. All right, let's get into step one. As you can see, I've laid out the side pieces here just as they are in the instructions. There's some identifier holes right here to know which way goes where, compare it to the instructions. Now let's get our screws into place. Now that we have all of those screws into place, the next step is to roll one of the side pieces onto the side so we can install the shelf. You want the holes that are on the face of the shelf, as you can see here, to face towards the bottom of the shelf. Now we haven't established a bottom yet on this unit because it can go any way, so you just want to make sure that all of those holes are facing the same direction. Now we need to attach these shelves permanently. You can see that screw is protruding in that little hole there. That's where these little cam locks come in. And I'll show you them right here. These are going to wrap around that screw head and suck the shelf into the side panel there. See that little slot there? You're going to put that slot facing towards the screw so that you can push it all the way in till it's flush. Notice there's an arrow. You want that arrow pointing towards the screw. Now you take your regular screwdriver or bit set like I have here and turn that cam lock about 180 degrees until it stops. Now you don't want to over tighten it because it is plastic. Now do that for the rest of the shelves. Okay, all of these shelves are now attached to the one side piece here. Now we can do the same for this one over here. Just while it's still on its side, we can roll it up, line up all of those holes from those 6 screws. It might take a little bit, be a little bit gentle, but as soon as you get them all lined up, it'll cinch right up. I went ahead and put in the cam locks on the other side as well. It's the same process as the other side, so you should have no problem with it. Now we can start by putting on the end pieces. Now these end pieces are directional. You see there's a tapered edge on the hole there, and now there's just a flat hole. That tapered hole has to go toward the outside of the unit, because that's where the screw is going to fit into. Before we attach that, I'm going to take a moment to show you this piece here. Now it just looks like a plastic piece, maybe even a part that goes on the unit, but this is actually a little cheater handle for your Allen head screw. You can notice that it's got a couple different sizes here. The one that came with, you want to put it into the 4 slot there. That's going to fit nice and tight, and it's going to give you a nice little handle to then put some torque on these screws. You want to start the screws into the end cap first so you can line them up to the unit. I recommend standing the unit up on its end so that it sits flat on the top of it while you screw these down, but I'm just putting it on its side for example purposes so I can show you what's happening. Make sure you screw them down evenly so it doesn't get crooked, and then just go around making sure that all of the screws are tight. Once you have the first end cap on, you can do the same procedure for the other side, and now you are able to stand it up in any orientation that you want, whether it's on its side or up on its end like this. But if you have it up on its end, you want to prevent any scratches to the floor if it's on a hardwood surface. That's where the pads that came in the hardware pack come into play. You can cover up those screws with these pads to help it scoot across a hard surface so it doesn't scratch. You can also put them on the sides here if you're going to lay it down on its side on a hardwood floor. That also helps. And we are done. It's a very simple assembly. You can put it on any side that you want. And also they make a lot of inserts for this shelving unit as well. So there's ways you can customize it. Thank you again for stopping by, and make sure to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.